Hi, the purpose of this video is just to give you some information that you might need should you find yourself with a cat that is expecting to have kittens. So you might take in a stray cat that you might want to keep or want to care for while you try to find another home, and then you discover that she's pregnant. Your first instinct is to take her to the shelter. So just be aware that cats that are pregnant at the shelter are at risk of being put down, and even cats with young kittens are it's possible to have to put them down as well. And then, of course, orphaned litters of kittens. So a lot of times what we see at the shelter are people whose cats have had kittens, and then they remove the kittens from the mom and take them to the shelter. So orphan kittens as well get put down. So the purpose of this video is to arm you with some supplies and information to encourage you to try to take care of the mom and kittens until the kittens are at least about 4 weeks old. So one of the first things that you're going to want to do is make sure that mom is getting enough calories. So one thing to consider is feeding her wet canned food. Kitten food specifically. It's higher in calories, and she's going to require a lot of additional calories to prepare her body for having the kittens. You will always keep her dish full. So whereas you might normally only feed cats twice a day, you would want to make sure that she always has access to food. The second thing that you're going to need is a nesting box, or sometimes called a queening box or a birthing box. You can use a plastic container like this one. It just needs to be big enough for mom to get in and sort of spread out. You can also use a carrier. This is sort of a small to medium-sized carrier. You could fit a large adult cat in here. You'll want to either leave the door open, affix it open in some way so it can't close, or you could even remove the door altogether, which is fairly easy to do with these plastic carriers. So these are some great recommendations as to what types of things that you might need. You could put this inside a bathtub, in a bathroom, in a closet, in a guest bedroom, anything that might be useful space-wise in your home. The other thing, of course, you'll want to be sure that there's access to a litter box because, of course, mom's going to need to go to the bathroom. So one of the other things that you're going to need, and you'll notice here I have a little heating pad. So this is a CVS brand heating pad. It does not have an automatic shutoff, which is just really for convenience. It keeps temperature steady. It doesn't turn off, as I mentioned. You'll want to keep it on low, and what you can do is place it under just part of the box so that when mom is in here with her soft blankets, dry blankets, that just under half of here is warm. This will allow mom to get away to the cooler spot when she needs a break from nursing her kittens, but kittens will automatically, even at just hours old, will crawl and navigate to where warm spots are if they're not near the mother cat. So just something to consider is to have a heat source. Again, even when she's delivering, in between kittens, she might decide that she's a little hungry. And even when she's nursing after the kittens are born, you can open up a can of food and have it available to her, just right within reach, keeping it directly in the box. And, of course, you could also feed dry kibble, and it doesn't really matter the brand, so long as it's kitten food. That's what's best recommended. The other thing that you're going to want to have handy is a scale. So you'll start noticing maybe even right away that some kittens are gaining weight and some are not. And you'll want to weigh the kittens periodically, for the same time every day or every couple of days, just to monitor their growth. And then you can move kittens around when they're nursing with their mother to different spots to make sure that everyone's sort of getting an equal share. You'll find that the nipples closest to her hind legs may be more engorged and full of milk and producing more milk, so you might put the smallest kittens down there and, of course, helping the kittens nurse if they need to. It's best to leave the kittens with the mother until they're about 4 weeks old, at which point they can easily be weaned. So if you decide that it's too much for you and you need to take the mom and the kittens to the shelter, or just the kittens to the shelter, you don't want to keep them, try to wait till they're 4 weeks old, because that'll make things so much easier for the shelter staff as well as any of the rescue groups that come in and want to rescue the kittens. If you find that your mother cat is doing some strange things, she's moving the kittens all around, maybe she's ignoring the kittens, she's not nursing them very much, and you're finding that maybe some of the kittens are even losing weight or they haven't gained in several days, you can even use a large crate. So this is currently collapsed, but you can open it up. You can even fit the box inside, so you'll want to make sure that it's big enough. You want to have room also for a litter box, food and water dishes, a shallow water dish, and then what you can do is put mom and the babies in the box and then completely cover the whole crate. So it creates sort of a little cave that she's in, and she is much more likely to nurse her kittens if she's nearby, and this sort of keeps her from escaping and leaving her kittens behind. Again, waiting until the kittens are about 4 weeks if you need to take them to the shelter. So there are a lot of other online resources available, lots of different supplies that are recommended, but these are just essentially the basics, enough to get you started in the process, and we hope that you enjoy the experience of having kittens in your home.